Hey guys, Crypto here from Cryptogasmic. Great to have you on board here for the TA show. Really excited. Markets are really exciting at the moment, so we're going to get straight into it. The TA show, if you've never joined us before, we basically put a poll up every day and then we look at the top 5 coins from a technical analysis point of view, and we go through it, see where we're at. Is it a buy? Is it a sell? Is it a hodl? We've got the chat box down here if you want to say hello. Let us know where you're from. Any questions you want answered, please do let us know. We're basically here to try to educate you all, about some technical analysis, and it's really important, guys, that you do understand some basic technical analysis so you can try to make decisions without any emotions, all right? So we put a poll up there earlier today, and IOTA, Steam, POE, ADA, and Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other 5 coins we're going to go through today. So let's jump straight into it. So we're going to look at, what was it? Sorry, my memory is terrible. IOTA. Let's have a look. So IOTA is one that I've been in for a long time, actually. And I'm going to look at this on the Bitfinex chart because that's where I've got all my IOTA. So the first thing I always do is scroll out. Let's have a look at the big picture. Let's just clean up a few lines that we've already got there. And let's have a look at it. So we always start by zooming out to see exactly where we are in the trade. And the thing I love about coins like IOTA is they make these recurring patterns over and over and over again. So they're very easy to trade. And, these emotional cycles, that like this one that went from August, from hope, all the way down to depression, August to November, August, October, November, 3 months. This is like 10 years in commodities, or anybody who's done Forex, you would pray to have these emotional cycles over 3 months. So this was the last big cycle that we had. I made a lot of money on this run in IOTA, and that's when I got a lot in. So we just have a quick look at where we are right now. Sorry. If you're out there, let me know. Just drop in, say hello. Always nice to know who's there. And so we can see we completed a 78.6 retracement, which is very typical on a large emotional cycle, which is why everybody was talking about Bitcoin going down to 3,000, 4,000, that kind of thing. So this is where we're getting exciting. Hey Gavin, how you doing, man? Good to have you on board. So this is the thing that's starting to excite me now back in the alt market. Hey Rami, is that we're starting to make these new cycles. So let's just start off with a few trends. Hey Hector, how you doing, man? Good to have you all on board. Now, for those people who say that crypto is on a downward trend, I go to the golf course, I jump in a taxi, I tell people what I do, crypto. Oh yeah, it's falling, it's falling. It's like, obviously it's not. If you buy it here on the wrong side of the trade, guys, and you're going to hear me say a lot of the same things over and over, there's really only 2 sides to a trade. And in crypto, look, I short and long a little bit, like very, very rarely, because the way I see it, right, is that there is enough gains if you're on the right side of the market. There's 777%. Why do you have to risk being liquidated and shorting the market? I mean, I made a call not so long ago on Ethereum to get in at 735. It went to 740. I thought, yes, I've made the right call. Bang, it dropped straight down to 715, right? So if I would have went long on that, I would have been liquidated, right? And then as it fell, if I went short at 715 and it bounced back to 730, liquidated. Hey Keith, nice to see you, brother. So, it's I kind of stay away from that, and I'm okay to stay out of this side of the trade for 2 months if I'm making 700% on this side. I'll go and play golf for 3 months because I've made all my money here. Guys, just 4 weeks ago, in the first 2 weeks of April, we made 650% on 3 coins. EOS, Bitcoin, and I can't remember what the other one was, but plus we had a bunch of other trades like ADA and stuff like that. But you don't have to be in a million different trades, guys. You know, I rather we get in and you know, I'm not the type of guy who's going to sit and do 10, 15, half an hour, minute swing trades. Not my style. I'd rather be out playing golf. I've got other business to take care of. So if we just have a look at where, not even there. So let's get rid of this. So let's just start with a few trends to start with. So we clearly broke that downward trend, right? So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. I like to try to keep my charts as clean as possible. Let me know if you guys can hear me all okay, because I've got a new microphone here as well. So now I trade with Elliott waves, all right? So, and this is what we teach in our courses. And the reason for that is you got to think of it like a game of poker. Think of it like a chess game. If everybody's trying to chase these one impulse waves, you don't know where it stops, you don't know where it finishes, it meets resistance in the EMA, bang, you're liquidated. So I'm always looking to get in at the bottom of wave 2 entry. I try to reduce my risk as much as possible. Come on, let's delete. There we go. There we go. Be a good boy. There we go. Okay, so we made we made an impulsive run here, and we held a retracement here, all the way down to here. So we can start off with that little impulse there. Now I'm going to look on the 12-hour. I always start on the longer term frames and then work my way in. Thanks, Keith. So you can see this initial impulsive wave here. God, I love Fibonacci, man. You are so awesome, dude. Perfect 786 retracement. So as we start to make support out of here, there's your perfect buy zone. Now, I'll always go back and map these out, even when we miss them. And this is why I want to have so many people in the group that know how to do this, because we can all watch out for each other. All right. And again, this is why we got to look for support. Now, you couldn't have been blamed to get in here. And if you would have got in here, you'd be running up, and boom. Worst case scenario, you stopped out at break even. Goes sideways, and what doesn't get support washes down again. As soon as we climb out of here, boom, there's an entry. It's a game, guys. And sometimes, I had somebody message me today, some new guy, and he was like, oh, so I missed Ethereum. It's now 738, and you said 735, so I'll forget this trade. That's not how it works. Sometimes, you know, it took me 3 times last year to get into Ethereum under $300. Right? So I only recommend that you take 2 or 3 trades at a time and manage those trades. So once we got off here, you can see, look, you had 1 attempt here, or even 1 attempt here, stop out. 1 attempt here. Okay, you've had a run of over 10%, so it's more than enough time to get a stop loss on your break even. Stop out. Or look to buy at the next level down, and that's what's happened here. Okay, so now with that basic, it's very important to understand your wave count as well. So with that basic amount of information, right, all we need is that. We can go and map out the rest of the trade. And some people say to me in the group all the time, Scott, your current trade map is different to the one. Yes, you have to always go back and change it. If wave 2 retraces a bit deeper, if it doesn't retrace as far, adjust it to make sure that it's staying within the rules of Elliott wave. Okay, so we would have come out and we can map it out and see where we're at. All right. Big ass wave 2. Big ass wave 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now just judging by that, looking at IOTA, personally, I would not be in a position where I want to buy this now, okay? And that's just me, okay? So a couple of things. We've broken this trend here that we had, all right? So we were working on this upward trend. We finished our 5 waves perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And then we've done, it usually does one of 3 things. It'll do an ABC retracement, 5 waves down, or it'll do a continuation. The continuation, like this, which actually is turning out to be an ABC, is the one that hurts people. Okay? You can see right off that trend line again, boom, didn't go past the top, and now here. So now the question is, where does this ABC retracement finish? Because all this really is a nice big one, in the grand scheme of things, to get us back up to our all-time highs, hopefully, right? And if we look at the Ichimoku cloud with the trend line, you can see we broke down under the red cloud here. Let's go to the daily. Okay. We've been trading below the cloud as soon as it broke through here in January. Down, 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 down. Started to find, we held, and now it's a slow climb back up. And we got into the top of the red cloud. It was support, resistance, then it was support. Now we're meeting resistance in the top of the cloud. So the market moves in ebbs and flows, guys. You know, I wake up in the morning to IOTA has fallen. What's the bad news? No bad news. That's the market. People take profits. The market goes down. They get in cheap. It goes up again. I'm sure news helps it, but you can't trade on news as far as I'm concerned. So I'm trying to see what I was doing here with this trend line here. So obviously we were, let's get rid of those wicks. So, and you will be surprised, guys, how often, if you get your trend lines right, you'll be surprised at how often they can be used for support and resistance, especially if you're going to long and short things. So we need to climb back up. Hey, Rodrigo, brother, how are you? Good to see you, mate. So I'm still seeing a lot of support here. Okay, the RSI is on the floor on the daily, but we're looking for that to reset and start turning up. So me for now, IOTA is blowing out a little bit. That's been a massive trade. If you look in, if you would have got in at the perfect time on wave 2, only April 9. A wonderful 100% profit, right? Why do you need to be impatient and chase every coin going to the moon if you can make 100% in a month? I mean, are you kidding me? 100% in a month, man. Tell me where else in what other market in the world you can make 100% in a month. So just be a little bit patient now for this to burn out. So for me, technical analysis is all about having that early seat at the table and preparing. Okay, so let's just clean this up a little. And what we're looking at now is, where is this cycle going to end? And hopefully start its new cycle. Now let's have a look at the quick market cap today. So we dipped back to 390 today, and then boom, an influx of money come in. We really, Rodrigo, are you kidding me? 100% in a day, in a month, right? And people are impatient. So this has played out as 5 waves up. Okay, usually it'll do an ABC down, or it will do a continuation, but I will never chase that continuation wave until I see where that retracement holds, whether it's a real continuation. Now you can see it's broken down through this trend, so we can get rid of that. Okay, and now we're starting to create a new trend, so let's just draw that in there. Let's just draw that in there. Let's not even do that. Let's do this. And I just use these as rough support and resistance guides. So you can see we're still, no matter what trend you put on this, we're still pulling away from it, right? All right, so I would expect this to pull in a little bit more, and I always look at some previous action. So this area in here is an obvious point. So let's just throw a fib over the whole emotional cycle here, right? And sometimes what I'll do is I will play the waves inside of the waves. Now you can see again, right, that's hit right on a 50%, which is not a traditional fib number, but it does work in crypto. So I would come along, I would go, look, okay, we're waiting for it there. But just because it hits there doesn't mean anything, right? It just means it's an area we're looking for. So now I'm looking for waves within waves. So let's just look at this and say, right, that is the, maybe that is the end of that retracement. If so, where can we possibly go? So we're looking at a big 1, 2, probably a 3 like this, 4, and a 5, maybe something like this. So I call this the grand, you know, set that, chill out for a month or two and try to let that play out. And then we mark some basic buy zones down there, basic sell targets. Very basic, and this is why I change my maps as we go. So we're mapping all this information out like a crystal ball, okay? And then inside of these waves, we're going to play the waves inside the waves, right? And this is how we make our money. Right, and there'll be an ABC, and then there'll be another 5 up maybe from down here to get us up to this target, all right? So we could play some money off the entire, that's my dad. We can play the entire cycle, and then we can play the waves inside the waves. And the idea is to take profits off the table, stack some iota, get back in, take some profit, not be on the bad side. So if we're looking at the wave within the wave, which I'm going to do now. And I see Chris is online. What do you think, Chris? What do you think about iota? Are you agreeing with me so far? So we are kind of holding some support here. So if we look at this mini cycle now, okay, which is in a retracement, let's map out the areas that we could be looking for. All right. We are looking for here a possibility. And what we're looking for out of these areas is support or resistance, really. Make it a bit smaller. We're looking at here. And here for now. Okay. So what we're really looking for in these points of interest is confirmations of support. Okay. And I like to map this out. Now this could go horribly against what I'm mapping out, but it's worth the time and energy to do it so you can catch your seat early at the table rather than chase things. All right. So I would then map it out like this as a possibility to see where this can go. So we're going to go like a 1. Let's say we hold a retracement here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we still got to be cautious, guys, that this money doesn't just dump out. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? And so if this does play out the way and we can get in on the wave too, we're looking at a little 13% profit there. Okay, but the main target is still up here. So when we map this out, we don't worry about the ups and downs because we expect it. All right. Okay, so for now we're just worrying about entry. And judging by the RSI, yeah, we're going to fall down into one of these points. Okay. And it could be this bottom one here on the green cloud there. We're still meeting resistance on a smaller time frame. Yeah. See, this here, this would be a perfect place for me, I think, for this to retrace to. Right, finding support on the EMA there, which is crossed back over on a daily. MACD is in a yeah, so you can see we're on a big downtrend in the MACD at the moment as well. Okay. Okay. So this is I do think this is going to fall a little bit, and I wouldn't chase it. And what I'm going to do is set some alarms. Let's keep it tidy. And what we're going to do is set some alarms on here. And we're going to watch it in here, in here, and in here. Now there's a possibility we go to bed tonight, it touches this zone, and we wake up tomorrow and it's already gone. Nothing you can do about it, guys. Nothing you can do. So I want to introduce everybody to Chris as well. Chris is coming on board on Cryptogasmic. He's a professional technical analysis trader, been doing Forex. Really, really cool. He's going to bring a lot of value to the Cryptogasmic group. So what do you think, Chris? You agree with that? Disagree? You think it's wait time on IOTA? You think it's go time? What do you think, brother? And anybody else, if you've got any questions. And you know, the great thing I love about technical analysis and the group that we're in is everything's open for debate. I'm not always right. I'm wrong a lot. So everything is open for debate and different opinions. And I'm more than happy to keep my mind open. But IOTA's a coin I love and I've got a lot of. So I am going to definitely keep that on my list. And, you know, if the market keeps going, I really think we're going to have a good month this month. And, you know, I'll take 70%, no problem, over the month on that one if we can go that way. So that's IOTA, guys. I will put that in here for you. IOTA, BTC, waiting. Nice 5 waves on IOTA. Now in a retrace and looking for support in the boxes for a wave 3 in the master cycle. There we go. I am long IOTA. Now I'm going to drop that in the Telegram for everybody. So let's just drop that in there. We'll drop it in there. Drop it in there. And drop it in there. And the Cryptogasmic charts. There we go. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we have Steam. I've been just looking at my Steam account actually. So let's have a nice look at Steam. I really like Steam. Steam is a good coin for trading as well. I haven't looked at it lately. I haven't had enough time. All right. So let's have a look at this. Going to try and keep this within an hour tonight, guys. This show, don't want to make it too long. You know, and again, perfect waves. I love these coins that play these perfect waves. Obvious, not messy waves. I mean, look at that. Rodrigo, I do have a question. I was late today. Between Bitcoin and Ethereum, which one do you think would be the best one to invest? Both of them. Both of them. Just get them at the right place. 90% of your money should be in the top coins. I bought some more Ethereum today. at 7:30, between 7:30 and 7:25, and we'll have a bit of a look at it later. And it's just pissing me off at the minute because it just won't break this resistance. See this line that I drew? And it was making a nice cup and handle here, and then it just shit itself basically. And I thought, oh God, here we come. And it just come right down to this support level, bounce back up again. So it really is bouncing between this wedge at the moment. You know, right between there. So it is going to have to make up its mind one way or the other. So I don't know. I was really keen on this trade about 3 hours ago, and right now I'm a little bit nervous on it. So, you know, and I kind of went against my own rule. I would usually wait for it to break out, and I'd probably rather pay $7.40 for it with confirmation of a breakout of this resistance, but I didn't, you know. And so I'm learning all the time as well. Ask as many questions as you want, guys. Go ahead. So let's go back to Steam. And maybe somebody else. Guys out there, what do you think to Rodrigo? He's a good buddy of mine. What do you think? Bitcoin or Ethereum? Give him some advice. So let's have a look at this Steam. Perfect 5 waves. In a retracement. Now this is definitely one that should be on our radar. And we can do this. And you know, guys, once you learn this stuff, you can actually look at a chart straight away. And would you suggest investing more in Ethereum? Yeah, sure. You know, but you know, with these markets, it could go back to 500. It could run to 1200 tomorrow, and nobody knows. Just don't panic and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, guys, give your opinion to Rodrigo. Let him know. He's got his first professional fight coming up next week as well. Good luck, brother. Yeah, I've made a lot more profit out of Ethereum recently. Okay, so let's do this, right? Okay. So 61.8 retracement there. Thanks, Jared. That's really cool of you, man. So you can see now that we've made a new one, right? So A, 2, 3. So we've done 5 waves down as well. And look at that, right there, right on that previous high there. It's very important to look at previous price action, guys. Steam is one I really, really like. Now, this is very interesting because now we want to see where this is going to retrace and hold. I never chase these first waves, all right? Because you never know if it's going to go like it did up here. Look, it did a run and then it just shut itself all the way down. And you don't want to be that guy who buys it here. It goes up and then the next minute you're holding it and it's down 30%. Because you usually panic sell it and you sell it here. And then what happens? Off it runs. Yeah, no, Steam's great. So if you can just get it, repeats itself over and over and over, right? If we look at on some other charts, you'll see that. So this is one I would definitely keep on my radar, right? And what we're looking for now is if that is coming into a retracement of where could we possibly look for this to hold a retracement. So it's there. There. And we mark this out like a crystal ball in advance. And it's either going to follow the plan or it's not. Right? So I'm always looking for a few areas of confluence. So this here, so 3602. Yeah, I mean, it might hold a small retracement here. Let's look at some previous action. This also makes a lot of sense. See? These lines are so important, guys. Resistance, support, support, broken, broken, you know, so that's a strong area to look at. Looking to hold in the bottom of this cloud. And this is the thing I don't like with Binance is there's not enough data there yet, you know. So we're looking for 5 waves to push us up through the middle, through the weak part of this cloud, is what we're looking for. So this is definitely one that is on my radar. You know, so that trend suggests down in here. Yeah, so we just got to kind of watch it in those. So tell me, Chris, when you do your trends, do you do them from the wicks or do you do them from the body? I'll kind of mess around with the both to get a feeling of the trend. Sometimes I'll switch to the line chart. But I feel pretty good with that. So I could see a retracement down into 34. Definitely sub 35. Definitely sub 35. So should we invest at 35 and at Elliott Wave 4 to sell? Yeah, I look to get in at Wave 2. I sell at the top of Wave 3. I look to buy again at 4. And then I look to sell at 5. David, and it's 80% of the time. Look at the way this worked out. And this, you would have mapped this out with only, and this is the amazing thing, right? Well, it's disappeared. Hang on. You could have mapped that whole wave out just with that amount of information. Okay? You would have found it's got the support. You would have got in here on the 2. So in there, you can see once we got support, there you buy. You sell at the 3. As we come down to wave 4, now I only sold 50% here of what I've got. And then what I know it's going to fall, and then what I'm waiting for is either for it to find support and go and I can improve my position, top it up, use some profits, or if it falls down and it breaks through and, you know, starts to breach the top of wave 1 here, and we break down through these clouds, you know, then you get out, and you just, so it's about maximizing what you can get out of the market. So that's where we're at with Steam right now. Now let's map that out to possibly where it can go, and then it's just a matter of waiting. Just got to wait. Now it's either going to do one or two things, right? It's going to either go to our map, which we're going to map out now. Okay. Let's say into this trend. Let's be a little bit conservative there. Okay, so there's a plan. We're looking to catch it in here somewhere. We're going to look to take some profit here. Should be a red box. I've been a bit lazy, sorry. Red is sell, green is buy. Then we would look to rebuy on the wave 4, or make a decision to sell what we didn't sell at the top. And then our final target is up here. Now sometimes we'll get a big wave 3 that just extends all the way through. So, like I said earlier, a lot of people will say to me, why do you change the charts? And this is why, because, you know, sometimes they go sideways, sometimes they do a big green dildo and go straight up. But there you go. We now have a map and a plan. It's either going to follow that, and we're going to watch it and watch it and watch. It's either going to work, or it's going to break down and we don't get in the trade. Boom. No emotions, and we watch it. So we want to mark an alert here, an alert here, and an alert here. Now my gut feeling tells me it'll probably be the lower one at the bottom here to sort of see this point here. But let's see. And now, it's not about whether I think Steam is great, whether I think, the technicals of the fundamentals of it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to try to catch it. If it works to the plan, I'm going to take some profits. I'm going to look to rebuy, and I'm going to just play it that way and make some money. Okay, next. POE. Well, let me just chart this for you all. And can you see how these charts, they're all similar? So once you learn this technical analysis, you can just apply it over and over and over. Okay, Steam. Okay, I will drop that in the group, guys. So, make sure you're in the Cryptogasmic chart group. So, all you got to do is go in and just type Steam, and you'll find the chart. Those VIP guys, we've got the VIP chart channel. Make sure you're in that. All the charts are in there. And it's just about waiting and buying at the right time. Okay. Cryptogasmic charts. There we go. All right. So let's move on. POE. Now I don't actually know anything about this coin, so somebody let me know what the fundamentals. I love learning about what each coin does, and so wow, look at that. It's coming off the back of a huge cycle. So I don't need to explain what I'm doing so much now. And you could see that was following a great trend. Okay, so it needs to just get back up above there a little. Am I the only one waiting for EOS? This is another thing that amazes me. I was screaming at all you guys in the group 4 weeks ago to buy EOS under $5. Nobody listened to me. And then when it's $17, everybody's like, I'm just waiting for the dip to 15. And yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at EOS quickly in a minute. But I can't go on for too long tonight. So I'm not going to, now that you've seen what I do, we're just going to, and we just prepare the same basic thing, perfect 78.6 retracement. Okay. Very important to see where we are. See, nice big wave 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, and there it just made a huge retracement of the 5 waves, right? Very easy once you know your wave count to see where you are in a trade. You want to be in this side, you want to be out here. A, B, C, starting a new wave. Now we want to keep that there because I want to actually, well, let's do this. Yeah. Okay, so now sort of touch down here, and we've made a new one here. So same thing as steam, right? So now what we're looking for is to see where this retracement holds. Okay, so we're looking here. And here for now. Okay. So what we're looking for, so it's fallen straight through this box here. All right. I will then come down into a smaller time frame. And so you can see in this box, there's no support. Okay. So we're going to wait for it in the next area. And we may as well let's have a look. Those are the areas. Okay, so that kind of changes things a little. Let's have a little look here now. Okay, so you can see we're just touching a little bit of support in this area. I would want to see a bit more support than that. Okay, and this is when we get right down into the nitty-gritty of it. Right, you can see that we're kind of ramping on an uptrend here as well. Right, so this kind of starts to get my attention going. So this daily I like to see down here like this. No. So with this one, I'm waiting. I'm waiting in these two areas, right? So I want to set an alarm just outside, another one just below, and then another one down here. And then we map it out. Let's see where we can go with this, if it follows the plan. Okay. Now, just roughly, we'll put the 50% retracement. Might get a 3 there, a 4, and maybe a 5 like this. Maybe my 3 is not long enough. It depends whether it goes out here or whether it goes. So I'm just going to put it here for now. And then we wait and we see what happens. Like that. Okay. So basically, if we can get the right catch, there's a nice 12% trade to there, nice 23% there, and all that is, okay, all that is that in the grand scheme, it's grand scale, like that, playing the waves up. Right, like that, see? So there's lots of different take profit points, whether you're playing small term, long term. Mona. Alrighty, so there we go, we've got our alarm set for that. There's lots of buys, as long as the market keeps running. See, my Ethereum. What's Bitcoin doing? 8.6, you know. It's chopping, which it probably will do for a few days. And then, you know, you never know. You wake up tomorrow, boom. Red dildos, you wake up, green dildos, who knows. So let's have a look at one more. That's all I've got time for today. Let's look at ADA. A lot of people ask me about ADA. And then we'll be back tomorrow with the TA show as well. I'll also upload this on YouTube afterwards. And where are you from, Mona? Mona Wies Rus. German? Something like that? Don't know. Now, ADA could be in a nice accumulation zone right now. All right, we've marked out this box really, really nicely. And it still looks like it needs to reset to me. You know. So for me right now, on this one, Ohio, cool, man, cool, cool, cool. So on ADA, I would be, come on, what's going on? On ADA, I would be looking at computers running slow. I think this is the recording the CPU power. Let's reset it. Right. So for me, on ADA, we played it. We had a trade signal for this one, and we killed it on this one. This is what our trade signals look like, in case you're not in the VIP group. But ADA, oh, whoops. So those who are wondering what our signals look like, this is what they look like, with the charts and the updates and all that sort of stuff. But ADA was a signal that we killed back here. Here. We got in at 1960. So down here somewhere. It's funny when you look back in hindsight, isn't it? Yeah, we got in here. Actually, we got the first wave. So we're going to try to play all of these waves. So we got a good 134% there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very easy, perfect. So now we're just trying to find the right point for this retracement. And for me, that hasn't really done an ABC yet. And I'm kind of think it needs to blow out a bit more, to be honest. So I'd probably be looking around about. I mean, this is where I had this box, and it has found some support out of there. Oh, there we go. There's POE while we talk. So this could be the zone back on this trend, but I would wait for it to fall back into here. And if it does, this could be a possible buy. We just do need a bit of RSI to reset. You can see there's a big downtrend on the volume, on the daily as well. Yeah, I would just wait another day or two on ADA, and if the old market keeps going, ADA will have its turn again. Cool. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. That's the TA show. Hopefully you learned a little bit from that. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll set up a poll. I'll drop this on the Cryptogasmic YouTube channel a little bit later. For those in the VIP, it'll be in the live section later on tonight. Go back over it. And guys, just practice your TA over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right? So this is Cryptogasmic. I look forward to seeing you in the Telegram room. For now, that's it for me. See you later, guys.